Is it possible to play chess by yourself? And I don't mean to play standard two players chess against an AI. I'm talking about actually playing chess as a single player game. Would that be possible? In many other sports, there is usually a way to play by yourself, whether it is to practice or just for fun. In tennis, we can at least bounce a ball against a wall, and in basketball we can play around with some free throws, for example. Of course, this is very far from the complete experience, but these exercises do succeed at making you feel like you are playing the game. But can we do the same for chess? This game is a challenge for the mind, which is set by the opponent's moves. So how can we play it on our own? The most popular way to play the game alone is in the form of chess puzzles. These are designed challenges where the player has to solve a chess-related problem. There are many kinds, but the goals are quite similar. Basically, the player has to improve their position against a fictional opponent which always plays the best possible move. Sometimes this means to find the fourth mate, and other times the goal is a bit more open. One particularly interesting alternative is what the chess.com platform calls solo chess, where the goal is to capture a piece with every move until just one remains, but following a few additional rules or limitations that standard chess does not have. Puzzles are great to improve your skills, and many grandmasters have shared their thoughts about how important these challenges are to get better at the real game. But do they make you feel like you are playing chess? To many people, the answer is no. But why? Chess puzzles build on top of one of the fundamental aspects of chess, the pieces' movements. But, unlike in real chess, these have a concrete solution. There is usually just one or a small number of ways to solve them. Here, the consequences of the player's actions are immediate. They either take you in the right direction or make you lose a challenge. There is no need to find a way back from a previous mistake, because there is no continuity. And this missing piece is one of the things that makes chess chess, the mixture of feelings and positions that players experience during a game, where a good move is an opportunity for you to leverage using your own creativity and not a predefined expected step, and a bad move puts you in an uncomfortable position where you need to fight to get back into the game, and it is not an instant loss. So what else is out there? We are looking for a chess variant with no predefined solution, with space to make mistakes, and where the amount of steps you can calculate ahead has an impact in your game, just as in chess, but with no opponents at all. Let's talk about two niche single-player chess variants. These are called Queen's Quadrille and Hippodrome. The setup for both is a 4x4 board where the player controls all the chess pieces, with the exception of pawns which are not part of the game, ignoring colors and checks and performing no captures, just moves. In both cases, we have to remove at least one piece to make room for movement, as there are 16 squares and 16 pieces. In the case of Queen's Quadrille, we remove one queen at random, leaving only one in the game. And for the Hippodrome variant, we remove a random non-knight piece, as the 4 knights must remain in the board. The starting position is completely random for Queen's Quadrille and mostly random for Hippodrome. In this one, the only rule is to start with the 4 knights aligned in the bottom rank. The goals are very similar, basically getting pieces to visit a set of squares. In Hippodrome, the goal is to get the 4 knights from the bottom rank to the top rank. In Queen's Quadrille, the main piece is the queen, which has to visit different squares one at a time. Which squares depends on the player and the desired level of difficulty. Some examples are getting to visit the 4 corners, the perimeter of the board, or absolutely every square. These variants are very interesting because the player faces an open problem. They even have to study whether it is possible to win the game or not, as some random positions might not have a solution at all. In some aspects, these last two variants have a better chance at making the player feel like playing chess, but alone. The challenges are random and the solutions are not guided at all, which feels closer to chess nature. However, many important parts of chess are missing, like takes and even pawns. Is this crucial for the experience? Is it as relevant as the other concepts we mentioned? Unlike chess puzzles, which are widely available in all the famous chess platforms online, these less popular single-player chess variants are not as accessible. I wasn't able to find a way to play them online. This is why I developed and published them for free. You can try them out following the link in the description. In my personal experience, these are fun to play, but also very casual. They are not that hard, so I found it more interesting to try and beat the game with the least possible amount of movements. In this regard, it is also fun to compete against a friend, which entirely defeats the purpose. But, well. So, what do you think? Can any of these variants be called single-player chess? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Please share if you happen to know any other interesting alternatives. Remember to try the Queen's Quadrille and Hippodrome variants. How many moves does it take you to win them? If you like this type of content, please consider subscribing, and see you next time.